Working in construction is great.
I don't think I could ask for a better job, to be perfectly honest with you.
It's not a boring job. You have something different to do every day.
You get to work outside, you work with your hands all day long, you stay active all day long.
I like the satisfaction of seeing a completed project.
Look what you can complete, you know? It's awesome.
But you just can't take anything for granted.
Each project poses a different risk and a new risk.
Everything you do involves dangerous things. And as long as you do it safe and you take your time to plan it out, we all go home safe.
Hi, I'm Jim Malika, CEO of Egan Company. We have a slogan here, safety brings you home. These are words we live by. So what do we mean by safety brings you home?
To me, it means coming to work, doing my job as safe as possible, and going home in the same condition I showed up in.
Safety is just a huge part of what we do.
Work safe and everybody goes home at the end of the day.
Do all the right things and don't rush, and you'll get home safe to your family.
It means I get to go home to my kids.
I got a family, I got kids at home, and it needs to be first and foremost when you're on the job site.
It means a lot to be able to go up to the cabin on the weekends, go home and see your family at night. You know, that's what we work for.
Safety brings you home is so important to us that we have a dedicated safety department to oversee safe operations and assist you with any safety needs. Don't worry about what you don't know. We look out for each other here, so we'll make sure you're well trained. Safety starts right now, because you have a life outside of Egan, and we want you to be able to enjoy it. We're glad to have you on the team.
This job is not like other jobs. When you work in the construction trades, you face challenges that your family and friends may not understand.
We're not sitting in an office all day. We're working with saws, drills.
There's equipment moving around on the ground. You got to make sure you don't get run over.
We got so many obstacles and trip hazards.
There's falling hazards, temperature,
Lifting,
hearing, electrical hazards.
Machinery.
You always got to watch in front of you and back of you.
You have to be constantly aware of everything.
Safety is our top priority, and we've created a safety culture that empowers you to work safely and to take action on any safety concerns you may run across during the workday.
Even as a new employee, if I see something that I feel is unsafe, say something, bring it to somebody's attention right away.
The foreman and the personnel at Egan, they're going to make sure you have what you need to be out here working safe and really make sure that you go home at the end of each day.
Our safety program is designed to help you work safely throughout your career with Egan. As a new employee, you'll wear a blue hard hat for the first 90 days. This identifies you as a new employee to your coworkers, so they can help you with the safety rules and procedures.
Everybody starts blending in as one. You know, everybody's got a vest on, everybody's got a hard hat on. Well, when you see, a blue hard hat, it kind of, your eyes key in on it.
People around you know that you're a new hire, so they'll look out for you a little bit more.
We encourage you to take part in our ongoing safety training. This helps you keep your safety skills high.
We go to great pains to train everybody, whether they're seasonal employees or full-time.
We offer many different training programs all the way from online to interactive. I take part in ongoing safety training because I'm a big believer and it really works. You can never have enough training in safety.
We're dedicated to doing all we can to ensure a safe workplace. If you ever experience or notice a near miss, we want you to report it. Don't wait for an injury to happen. Prevention is an important part of our culture. Egan also has a continuous improvement program. We've found the best ideas come from people out in the field. These ideas are what keep us competitive by helping everyone work smarter, safer, and more efficiently. If you have an idea, make sure you share it through the continuous improvement program. There are forms on every job site, or you can email mygoodidea@eganco.com.
Our culture of safety is one of the things that makes us unique. Now we'll show you how safety brings you home.
We believe safety begins before you even get to Egan. Safety starts at home. If you're well rested and have the right attitude, you already have a good start on the day.
With our employees driving both personal and company vehicles each day, safe driving is an important part of our zero injury goal.
Vehicle safety is a big part of training, and that starts on your drive to work. The statistics for vehicle crashes are alarming. And note I said crashes. The Department of Transportation believes there's no such thing as an accident. There's always human error involved. Safe driving means removing the risks that can lead to a crash. Distracted driving is one of the main causes of crashes. Anything that takes your mind or your eyes off the road for even a second can compromise your safety. You should be the most responsible driver on the road because your behavior reflects on our entire company. Be courteous, drive defensively, and arrive alive.
The first order of business each day is the daily safety plan. The daily safety plan accomplishes two things. It anticipates problems and allows us to plan safety into your day.
As you and your coworkers plan the day's activities, ask 4 questions. What are the safety issues we'll face today? How do we minimize the risk associated with these activities? What other safety or operational issues do we need to be aware of? What equipment or procedures do we need to reduce the risk and work safely? Talking about safety before you start each workday is the easiest, fastest, and safest way to ensure safety brings you home.
Working in the building trades requires a lot of movement and lifting. Keeping your back, shoulders, and wrists strong will help prevent injuries.
Start by stretching before you begin your workday. Your body is especially vulnerable in the morning before it's had a chance to warm up. Do what athletes, trainers, and others who use their bodies for a living do. Warm up with stretches. Stretch your lower back, your shoulders, your legs, and even your wrists. Be smart about lifting. Use a mechanical assist whenever possible, like a forklift, dolly, or chain fall. If you do have to lift, first test the weight. If it's heavy or awkward, try to reduce it. Or get someone to help. Never twist and lift at the same time. Reposition your feet to turn your whole body instead. The same goes for carrying a load. Keep it close to your body.
We work with a lot of different materials and products. Some of these could be hazardous if they aren't used in a safe manner. That's why we follow hazard communication regulations to ensure the safety of our employees.
The hazard communication system has undergone some changes. Now called the Globally Harmonized System, it's a worldwide initiative that makes it easier for people to know what protection they need for the chemicals they work with. All containers should have an easy-to-read label. Each label will have a product identifier, a signal word, 1 or more pictograms, hazard statements, precautionary statements, and contact information with the name, address, and telephone number of the chemical manufacturer or responsible party. Use this information to determine what's in it. Can it hurt me? How can I protect myself? Every product will also have a safety data sheet that contains more information than can be found on a label. In the past, these were called Material Safety Data Sheets, or MSDS. All the information on the SDS is standardized, so it's in the same place no matter who makes the product. This makes it much easier to find the information you need. The SDSs are available at each job site, and you can read them at any time. Hazard communication is one way to protect yourself. Another way is using personal protective equipment, or PPE.
PPE is mandatory on all Egan job sites. Your head, eyes, and hands are the most important tools of your trade. For that reason, we are 100% hard hat, 100% safety glasses, and 100% gloves.
Wearing protective gear becomes second nature when it's required at all times. Hard hats protect your head from falling objects. Make sure it's adjusted properly so it's comfortable, but won't fall off if you bend over. Safety glasses protect against eye hazards, which are all over the place in the construction trades. Safety glasses with side shields offer good protection against particles from dust, grinding, and other airborne debris. For work that has heavy dust, flying debris, or spray mist, you'll need the extra protection of a face shield. If you're brazing or cutting, you'll need to wear the properly tinted welding goggles or face shield. And you'll need a full mask with the proper filter for arc welding. Like hard hats and glasses, gloves are also mandatory. A lot of things we work with have exposed edges that can cut hands and fingers, like sheet metal, ductwork, glass, and electrical fixtures. Gloves also help protect against burns from hot metal. Depending on the job, you may also need hearing protection, either earplugs or ear muffs, to protect in noisy operations or loud environments. Respiratory protection is required if there's exposure to harmful dust, fumes, smokes, gases, vapors, or sprays. A mask with the appropriate filter may be used to protect against contaminants in the air. It's important to choose the right respirator for the job and fit it correctly. You'll be trained on fit and selection if you're assigned to a job that requires respiratory protection. Protection from arc flash is needed if you're qualified to work on energized electrical equipment. The PPE includes flame-resistant clothing, hoods, and insulated gloves. Finally, you'll need to wear high visibility or reflective vests if you're working around earth-moving equipment or anytime you're walking near vehicle traffic. But don't rely on the PPE alone. Always be aware of what's going on around you if you're working near moving equipment or vehicles.
Falls are the #1 cause of injuries and death in our industry. We are committed to doing everything we can to prevent falls.
Working more than 6 feet above a surface, you need some form of fall protection, either a guardrail system or a personal fall arrest system. An effective guardrail system has to have sturdy uprights, a top rail, a mid-rail, and a toe board. A personal fall arrest system must have a full body harness and an approved shock-absorbing lanyard. You'll receive training on how to fit it, where to use it, and how to anchor yourself securely. It's critical that you're anchored correctly. Tying off to a handrail, overhead pipes, or conduit is unacceptable and won't prevent a fall. You should be anchored to something that is structurally sound and capable of supporting 5,000 pounds for every person attached to it. That's more than a car or light truck. If you wouldn't hang your vehicle from it, don't trust it with your life. If you have any doubt about the safety of an anchor point, talk to your supervisor.
Another safety issue related to falls is ladders. There's so much a part of the work we do that it's easy to forget to follow basic safety measures.
Before using a ladder, give it a quick inspection. Are the legs sound? Are the rails in good condition with no cuts, cracks, or bends? Are the rungs tight with nothing broken or missing? If a ladder's unsafe, don't use it. Take it out of service and tag it so no one else uses it either. Once you know the ladder is safe for use, follow safe setup procedures. For straight ladders, set up the ladder on a solid surface, making sure the feet are level and well braced to prevent slipping. A 4-to-1 pitch is right. If a ladder is too steep, it becomes unstable. Tie off the top with wire or rope. If the ladder is accessing an upper level, the top should extend at least 3 feet above the surface so you can get on and off safely. Step ladders should never be propped against a wall like a straight ladder. A step ladder should be locked open with all 4 feet firmly on the surface to prevent rocking. Never climb the rungs on the back of the ladder. Never stand above the second step from the top. If you have to lean out or reach to get at the work, it's time to get down and move the ladder.
Aerial lifts are used extensively on our jobs. They save time and help you work smarter if they are used correctly and you take precautions to prevent falls.
Never operate a lift unless you have been trained on that specific lift. When you're familiar with how it operates, be sure to check it before you use it. If the unit has outriggers, they must be deployed and the lift tested to be sure it's level before you get in. When using a bucket lift, you must wear a body harness and be securely tied off to an anchor point on the machine. On a scissors lift, the rail system provides the required fall protection, as long as the gates are closed off and you remain on the platform. When you're raising a lift, be alert for obstructions or overhead hazards. Some of our lifts are approved for travel when they are fully extended, but this requires extra caution. It's better to lower the lift completely before you travel. This is mandatory for lifts that aren't rated for travel while extended. When operating a lift, always be on the lookout for any obstructions. Never try to ride over debris. Get out and clear a path.
The final safety topic is drugs and alcohol. There's no place for drugs and alcohol on the job. They can impair safety and seriously undermine our zero-injury goal.
If you or someone you work with is having a problem with substance abuse, either on or off the job, don't wait until a drug test reveals the problem. Call your Employee Assistance Program. They can offer immediate and confidential help. Your Employee Assistance Program can also help with any personal problem you or your family face. The program is confidential.
Egan Company has policies in place to ensure equal employment opportunities and affirmative action. We follow all federal, state, and local laws and promptly investigate any report of discrimination or harassment. We believe all employees have a right to work in an environment free from illegal discrimination and harassment. You'll receive more information about this in your new hire materials. If you have any questions or concerns, talk to your supervisor or to HR.
The safety culture at Egan is paramount to the work that we do.
Everybody in our company knows it's important to us.
It's a safe environment. Every day I feel comfortable here.
I feel at home.
From the guy sitting next to me in the break room all the way up to my foreman. They care.
At Egan, we're good at what we do. And if you have any questions about safety at any time on the job, ask your coworkers, talk to your supervisor, or contact Egan's Safety Department. We want to hear your concerns.
If there's a tool out there or some safety equipment that we need that'll make our job safer and easier, it shows up on the jobs.
If we need that training, they will get the training for us to do the projects on time, on budget, and everybody's going to be going home safe at the end of the day.
It's our job to work safely, look out for each other, and take action when it's needed. We live and breathe safety here. Because at Egan, when we say safety brings you home, we mean it.
What makes Egan different is the safety, for sure.
Everybody here gets it. Everybody here knows that safety is a priority. Everybody here knows that we stand behind what we say.
100% I would say for safety, they are by far above and beyond any other contractor that I've ever worked for.
Dollar amounts, yeah, they're important, but not as important as everybody going home at the end of the day.
Our goal is to make sure that people go home at the end of the day safe.